Hello everyone. Today we'll be opening a draft booster box of Commander Legends. This box contains 24 packs with 20 cards each. This set was released November of 2020, and pricing during this video is as of April 4th, 2022. It's released November 20th with 24 packs of 20 cards each. And with that, let's open our first box on the channel. As of the recording of this video, April 2020, there are no commons that are worth more than $3, and only two main uncommons. That's 3 visits, which is green, and a thought vessel, which is going to be an artifact. So we're going to go kind of quickly through our commons area. All right, now we're at our first uncommon, Thirst for Knowledge, a Fencing Ace, and a Pride of the Perfect. Followed up with a War Room, which is currently worth $4.13 TCG market value, a Galatian Power Engineer, and a Nevinrill Urborg Tyrant. Currently not worth $3. However, we did get a nice foil Arcane Signet and a treasure token. So I'm going to sleeve up all rares and all mythics, as well as all foils as I go. Foils have a tendency to rub against each other and lose some of their luster. I want to keep the cards in as good of a shape as I can. And it only takes a second to put them in a penny sleeve. All right, so again, we're going to go through our commons relatively quickly. First uncommon is going to be Lightning Rig Crew, a Supreme Will, a Feast of Succession, followed by a Jeweled Lotus, which is currently the most expensive card in the set at $84.04. So we're going to take just a moment and go ahead and sleeve that one up. Amazing card. Nearly pays for the entire box all by itself. Followed by a Draco the Shipwrecker and a Kamala Heart of Krosa. Currently not worth $3 or more, but we'll go ahead and sleeve her up anyway. And then we have an Opposition Agent in foil. This is currently worth $7.70 TCG market value. So we'll definitely go ahead and sleeve that up, and what an amazing pack. So the non-foil is $7.70. Not sure what the foil is going for. I would imagine at least $10 at this point. Go ahead and leave Jeweled Lotus all by herself. We'll go ahead and move on to our next pack over here. That is just amazing. 2 packs in. We're already opening the most expensive card in the set. All right, we'll quickly again go through our commons. Our first uncommon is a Volcanic Dragon, followed by a Siren Storm Tamer and a Gilt Leaf Winnower. And then our first rare is going to be a Blasphemous Act, followed by an Emoti Celebrant Bounty uncommon, and a Jared of True Air, followed by a Charcoal Diamond foil. So compared to the previous pack, that one was not so great. Pack number 4. Interpret the Signs. Intangible Virtue. Victimize. Court of Bounty. Bear Claw. And a Quain Meddler. Followed by a Welding Spark and a Monarch Token. It's hard to beat that one pack. That Jeweled Lotus and that Opposition Agent foil. So after we get all the packs open, we'll definitely be totaling up all the value. I'll be breaking down the cost, or rather the value, based upon TCG Market Player of every single card that we saw today and what you might expect in a box opening of your own. First uncommon is Angelic Armaments, a Thought Vessel, which is currently worth $3.16 for an uncommon. A Hunter's Insight, followed up with a Promise of Tomorrow, Ascendier the Dark Baron, and a Crossroads Augur, and then a Marble Diamond and a Spirit. So the Thought Vessel was the best card in that pack, value-wise. Currently, there's only one white card out of the standard set that's currently worth more than $3, and that's a Chroma's Will, sitting at $6.32 TCG market value. There's a card outside the standard set in white, Singar's Aid. It's number 384 of the set, which is currently sitting at $8.18. All right, we have a Codex Shredder, an Arcane Signet, an Armor Mage Judge, followed by a Slash of the Ranks, Gore Mudrack, and a Hans Eriksson with a foil Path of Ancestry. Fortunately, none of these rares in this pack are going to be worth more than $3. Chose $3 for this set, only because there's so many cards in this set that have value. I wanted to make sure that I had representation of the cards that I could see to call out value. We won't always use $3 as our threshold. We'll vary that based upon the set and the set's value at the time. All right, so we have a Vow of Duty, a Grafted War Gear, a Patron of the Valiant, followed by a Nightshade Harvester, Ghost of Ramirez, a Hamaz Guardian of Arishin, and then a foiled etch Keldeth Sumain Familiar. I'm going to go ahead and foil that one up. It's not currently worth more than $3, but that's okay. I still count it as a foil. I think it still has the potential to grow in value. We'll see how the etched foils are received by this set over time. Currently, the etched foils in Kamigawa and Neon Dynasty are going for pretty valuable in that particular set. Granted, Commander Legends has been out longer, so no telling if time will go back for these cards, but we have a Null Caller, an Ordeal of Nyla, a Mask of Memory, followed by a Horizon Stone for a first rare, a Radiant Sarah Archangel, a Captain Vargas, and of course I jinxed myself by saying first rare because it ended up being our only rare. We've had a couple of double rare packs so far, and I thought our luck would continue. All right, first uncommon, Vow of Wilderness, Coastline Marauders, a Dreamstone Hedron, and our rare is a Soul of Eternity, followed by a Pravda of the Steel Legion, and Armix, followed by a foil Ghastly Demise. We'll slide our Jeweled Lotus over because we're going to need some room for commons and uncommons here shortly. All right. Ingenuity Engine, Explosion of the Riches. There's 3 visits. It's one of our 2 uncommons, currently worth $3.83, followed by a Soulfire Eruption Mythic, a Salvage Splicer, and the Moon Kraken, followed by a Murder Foil. If we hadn't gotten the 3 visits, we might have been murdered on that pack. A little bit of a dad joke. All right, moving on to our next pack. Question is, how many of the Prismatic Pipers are we going to get? All right, we have a Universal Solvent, an Omen Speaker, an Opal Palace, Hero's Blade, Sting Fling Spider, Sweet Gum Recluse, Eye of the Storm, and Abomination of Llanowar, followed by a Dispeller's Capsule foil. Would love to see another pack like pack number 2. Love to see a Vampiric Tutor or a Mana Drain. I think those would be 2 I'd be very interested in seeing. Zat's Will, Alana Kessick Trapper, an Obeka Brute Chronologist, followed by a foil Alaru Solemn Ritualist. There's our Piper. I'm not sure how many Pipers I have at this point. I've opened quite a few boxes of this product, which is one of the reasons why I decided to do this channel. I like to keep track of all of everything I open. Just math is a hobby of mine, I know. And so it's amazing what you can do with a spreadsheet and a little knowledge and research. Demonic Lore, Monstrous Onslaught, Rootweaver Druid, Keen-Eyed Navigator, Nimrus Unas Trickster, a foil Lightning Crew. So as I was saying, math is kind of a hobby of mine. I like to run the numbers and see, based upon prior experience, what I might expect. So when deciding on what box to purchase next, I can try and achieve maximum value. I do play Magic the Gathering, but at this time I only play on Arena. When I was a child, I used to play with all of my friends. That's where a lot of my original or most valuable components of my collection exist. We have a Burnished Heart, Slaughter the Strong, a Wheel of Misfortune, Agent of Duskneal, a Reverent Medium, and a foil Ancient Animus, followed by another Piper. So far we've seen 2 in this box. I think it'll be interesting to see what card out of every single card in the set, of which there are over 700 in the set, if you include all the etched foils, retro frame, borderless, and everything else. Be interesting to see which card appears the most. And in my particular case, for this particular box, which color was most favored? Um, Shimmer Myrrh, Noxus Dragon. All right, so we have our first land showing up. This is going to be our training center. Currently only worth $6.01. I'm holding on to all of the lands from this set as I personally expect them to go up in value. Both Sworn Sentinel and a foil Cage of Hands. All right. Crushing Vines, Marble Diamond, good old Murder, Daring Saboteur, Revenant, Brass Herald, followed by a Jessica's Will. Currently, this is the most expensive card for red, sitting at $14.96. A Faithless Shadowcat Familiar, and a Voice of Crags. And then Aqueous Form, I think is how you say that. Gonna get that Jessica's Will sleeved up, and I'll put it right on top of the Jeweled Lotus. These are just some commons. We can stack those over there. All right, we have 8 packs left to go. Another Opal Palace. A Return to Dust for our first uncommon. Vow of Torment. Guildless Commons. And then we have a Staff of Domination artifact, followed by Mirror Thornglade and a Master of Review, and then an Undying Rage foil. So Staff of Domination is not one of the 5 artifacts currently featured above the $3 mark. Thought Vessel. So starting from the top, we have Commander's Plate, Jeweled Lotus, which we already saw, Rings of Rebirth, a Scroll Rack, and then Thought Vessel. There's that Cage of Hands again, non-foil. All right, Humble Defector, first uncommon in this pack, followed by a Scaled Behemoth, a Lore Seeker Stone, and then we have a rare Amphim Mutineer, Kessick Ranger, Togo, the Goblin Weaponsmith, and then Visera Seer for our foil. No card in that particular pack currently worth more than $3 on TCG Player. Charcoal Diamond, the Command Tower. First uncommon, Faith's Feathers, a Pennon Blade, Volcanic Torrent, and then we have a Rejuvenating Springs. This one's currently worth $6.74. Solemn Ritualist, a Rumi of the Dead Tide, and a foil Thorn of the Black Rose. All right, 5 packs left to go. Sky Diamond. All right, first uncommon, Kenge's Lieutenant, Sunset Pyramid, Confiscate, followed by a Commander's Plate. This is currently worth $13.03. All Ingesting, Sumane Familiar, and a foil Lifecrafter's Gift. Definitely go ahead and sleeve up our Commander's Plate. 4 more packs to go. Bowman Speaker again. Fire Diamond. Another Opal Palace. All right, Warden of Evos Isle. First Response. Impervious Perfect. And then a Wrong Turn, followed by the Flesh Sculptor and a Jessica Thrice Reborn. This is currently worth $3. And oh, I apologize. That is going to be the borderless Jessica is worth $3.01. So that means the non-extended art borderless is certainly going to be worth less. Then our last triple rare, or our last rare for this pack, is going to be Archos Lagoon Mystic in foil, and of course our third appearance of the Piper. So Jessica is a mythic, but currently just not worth more than $3. All right, 2 packs left to go. All right, first uncommon, Vow of Lightning, Reclamation Sage, a Meteor Golem, followed by a Plague Reaver, rare, Brazen Plunderer, Wolfid Familiar, and a foil Flood the Reflection, and the Piper yet again. I swear, it may just be perception, may just be luck, but I have noticed that that Piper shows up an awful lot. It is card number 1 in the set. Maybe that has something to do with it. I guess as we open more packs, we'll find out how often card number 1 appears as we look at the numbers. All right, we have a Mindless Automation, Burning Anger, and a Sifter Worm, followed by a Hull Breacher, Mastersmith, Wardwing Familiar, and a foil Command Beacon. So currently the non-foil version of this is $3.36. I would imagine the foil is worth at least as much, if not slightly more. All right, we're down to our 24th pack, so this will be our last pack. And then we'll sort and run all of the numbers. All right, Aquatious Forum, Gift of Paradise, Pirate's Cutlass, first uncommon, Fathom Fleet Swordjack, Sandstone Oracle, Giltleaf Winnower, and we have our Underground Stadium, currently worth $5.99. Tormod the Desecrator, and a Kengi, and an Insatiable Virtue, uncommon foil. Right, so now that these are all sleeved up and ready to go, I'll go ahead and organize all the cards, run all the numbers, and be back with you in just a minute. All the cards have been sorted, inventoried, and stored. Now let's get into the box analysis. The Commander Legends set has a massive 715 cards. However, the draft booster box we opened is only eligible for cards 1 to 361 and 512 to 614, which means we aren't eligible for any of the Commander cards, basic lands, or any of the extended art cards, which means that we can only obtain about 64% of the full set in the draft booster box product. In this chart, you'll see how many cards of each color and category we saw in our box. We saw almost the exact same number of cards being distributed among the 5 main colors. Proportionally, the colorless category had the highest percentage of distribution in the box at 18%. We saw a relatively low number of foils in the box at 23, with a slight favor towards black. Let's talk about coverage. Coverage as in, how much of the set did we see? During the box opening, we collected about 78% of the cards we were eligible to get, excluding the 100 foil etched cards. In my experience, there's usually no more than 3 of these per box. Therefore, collecting all of them through booster boxes is going to be nearly impossible. Pivoting the coverage by rarity, of the cards we were eligible to see, there were 141 commons, 160 uncommons, 102 rares, and 59 mythics. In the non-foil space, we covered every single common, 66% of the uncommons, 31% of the rares, and 8% of the mythics. This chart does include the foil etched cards, of which none are commons. Looking at the coverage of foils by rarity is a little sad because we only saw 23 foils out of 36 packs. Regardless, let's look at the numbers. We saw 16 common, 4 uncommon, 3 rares, and no mythics. Because we opened a draft booster box, heavy duplication was expected. Of the commons we saw, only one card was not duplicated, and this was a 6-cent Spark Harvest. Every other common appeared at least twice, and 26 of them appeared 3 times. And we opened a playset of the Prismatic Piper. Only 3 of our uncommons repeated themselves, and only twice. Unfortunately, they weren't any of the 3 uncommons, currently valued over $1. Speaking of value, let's now look at the set's value. Commander Legends features 4 cards over $50. Only one, the Jeweled Lotus, is available in the Draft Booster Box product. The rest are exclusive to collector booster packs. If we isolate the set to what's possible in a Draft Booster Box, the numbers look like this. There's quite a bit of value in the Draft Booster Box product, with 15 cards over $10, 32 cards greater than $5, and 61 cards over $1, and this doesn't include a single foil etched card. Another way to look at value is by dollar classification. This chart illustrates our dollar classifications of greater than 10, 5 to 10, 1 to 5, and less than $1, along with the number of non-foil cards along the black line, and the value of the cards in that classification along the green line. As you can see, the 15 cards valued over $10 in this set have a market value of around $410, which is slightly less than the 448 cards in all other classifications. Keep an eye on this metric as it will dramatically change from set to set. Here's how our box performed. We only saw 3 of the 15 cards valued over $10. However, we did hit the jackpot with the Jeweled Lotus, valued at $84. In the $5 to $10 range, we also saw 3 cards, and we opened 11 cards with value between $1 and $5. Even though we only saw 23 foils, we were able to hit the Opposition Agent for $9.37, and 2 others valued between $1 and $5. So how did we actually do on this box? I purchased this box from Amazon for $107.45, not including tax. We opened 24 packs with 20 cards each, totaling 480 cards. We saw a non-foil value of $186.72, foil value of $21.04, giving us a total value of $207.76 for the box. A net gain of $100, which is about 193% of our box price. Be sure to like and subscribe to see more MTG box analysis. Until next time, goodbye.